Hey everyone, new video after a while, partially because our channel was hacked, but we got it back today and thought I should post a new video. And this time is not crypto related. This time we are going to talk about the reverse split strategy that I was talking about the last few days. Strategy that I have been using for the last 1 month and a half. A friend of mine talked to me about this, got into it, and it's really looking good. Short term, long term, depends on what your window of projection is. However, there are some things that aren't clear for you guys, so I thought I should make this video today to explain exactly how I do it, how I find the reverse split stocks, penny stocks, let's say meme stocks or whatever. The important thing that is that we are looking for stocks that are going to reverse split. So first of all, I will show you the tools that I use. Of course, we will be using TradingView. Absolutely, it's important to know a bit where we are on the chart, on the graph, even if this strategy isn't technical at all. So for example, my colleague, my friend that talked to me about this strategy doesn't have any clue about technical analysis. So this should be a relief for some of you that are not good with technical analysis. And yeah, basically we are really going on the fundamental side of stocks. We are really checking different data. Second important tool is Koifin. So there are multiple alternatives to Koifin. I like Koifin because it's basically cheap. I don't want an expensive tool for the amount of trading I do for this type of strategy. And of course, we can use some social metrics like Twitter or StockTwits. Sometimes StockTwits is better because you can really have an overview on the ticker, the general sentiment, and you also have a chart on StockTwits. But I use it less. Most relevant part for me is Koifin, because on Koifin, for example, we have everything we need. And the last is Doko. Doko, which is a site that has a lot of news related to stocks. And we are using the splits, so the stock split calendar here. This allows us to have an overview of the splits that took place and that will take place in the following days. Now note that not all splits are announced like several days before. Some splits are announced the same day, so it's really hard to quantify and to analyze the fundamentals sometimes. And also some news don't make it here. So there are some stocks, like for example PHOTD. It didn't make it here until it happened. So yeah, just keep this in mind. Extremely important to have this open if you want to trade this strategy. Yeah, it has a nice overview, and then of course you need to scan the markets like Twitter. Usually the guys that use this strategy, they usually post multiple tickers on this strategy. So for example, if we have let's say IRI will reverse split on the 18th of October with a 1 to 10 split. I will explain how splits work after. And usually you can go on Twitter or on StockTwits and search for this ticker, and you will also most certainly find other tickers that are related, that are similar in either market cap, float, or the reverse split date. So basically we have Doko, we have Koifin, and we have Twitter or StockTwits and the chart, right? So now let's take a look at an example. So I was talking about MF. So MF is Miss Fresh, a penny stock. It is now trading at 0.06, and they are going to reverse split. Now reverse split means that the price per share that is now will merge. So multiple shares will merge and the price will increase. Now, if we look on Doko, we have MF with on the 17th with a reverse split of 1 to 30. So basically one share will merge into 30. So we basically 30x the current price. Now, usually before the stock splits, we will get a spike. We get a spike, like increase in price. Depends on when the news came out also, because I will need to check this out. So for example, if the news came out here, so September 22nd, that the stock will split, it already played out. So we already did 40% just after, right? So I need to check if we had some news just before the split, and then if the price already played out, or if it's already priced in, or if we just had a spike related to some other fundamental news. Just before the split, we can be waiting for price increase, major price increase. Usually they go for 1 to 30, they go from anywhere by 50 to 100 and maybe even more percent. And then they, of course, they drop. So it's really, this strategy is get in, get out, and never look back, you know. So MF, Miss Fresh, we go to Koifin. I have Miss Fresh right here in my favorites. And I'm going to start with my financial analysis, and I'm going to go to highlights. And here I'm going to look at several things. I'm going to look at total revenues, the gross profit, if they had growth last year. Usually I look at the year-over-year growth in percent. I don't have the last quarter of 2018, but I do have all the others. I usually also look at the year-over-year growth. Sometimes we don't have all the numbers, but I do have the gross profit margin for all the years, all the quarters. So this is the first year and the current quarter right now. EBITDA is earnings before interest and depreciation and amortization. So this is also a good number to have. I'm also looking at this one right here. It needs to be positive, of course. Net income margin is also important, but less than the others. And also the total debt compared to cash and equivalents. So we never want to have a company that has more debt than cash and equivalents. This would mean that it is not profitable, and it is really risky to play a split right here. Now, also, why do splits happen? Splits happen because of several reasons. One can be that the stock operator or the company wants to increase the share price. The second is the possibility that the stock exchanges, like the New York Stock Exchange or Chicago Exchange, impose a limit on certain stocks or certain penny stocks. For example, they don't want to have a stock trading at less than 0.05, for example. And in this case, the company is forced to reverse split, so merge many shares into one, like this, so reverse split. And also to sometimes artificially increase the value. Now, this is the reverse split. There's also another strategy that is based on splits, so normal splits, like when Tesla split from 1.2K to 7K. Also, cash from operations important, and year-over-year growth. So we don't have this data right here. Now, this is just the financial part. We also would like to see some news related to what is happening with Miss Fresh. And what is nice with Koifin is that on the left side we have all the news, usually from Benzinga or Yahoo News or Seeking Alpha. And on the right side, we have the tweets that come from pretty known accounts. Not all of them, but the tweets usually that contain, first of all, the ticker, and second of all, that have a certain number of followers. And then we finish with the chart. We go and analyze the chart slightly. Usually these stocks that reverse split, they are really trending in a bearish mode. So they are usually going down, and they are almost 100% of the time less than $1 per share. You really can't do much to analyze this, just to see where can you enter in the most profitable way, and how can you split your entry, because I don't recommend entering in one go on this type of strategy. Just take it slow, especially when you are starting, because when I personally started, I split my main position into 3, and it wasn't enough. I got out properly, but my entries weren't as optimized as I would have liked it to be. So just, yeah, split your entries into multiple entries, like 3, 5, at least 3, 5, even more, because you don't really have any technical side to this type of strategy. You are just based on sentiment, your own research based on the company, news, the financial of the company, and the date. Of course, the date is also important. The closer we get to the date, the more you should be expecting an increase in volume. Also, volume, very, very important. If we don't see the volume, we just stay out. You know, if we see volume like this one, like this small part right here, we don't even get in. You know, even if the financials say we should, even though the market sentiment is good. If the market sentiment, I mean the social sentiment, is good and we don't have volume, it means that the social sentiment isn't there in the quantity that we want it to be. This is in the general line the reverse split strategy. If you guys want to have more strategies for trading stocks, penny stocks, just let me know in the comments, or wherever you can contact me, and I will try to create more content. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.